Hi folks, and welcome back to Meaningful Money. Right, here we are still in my kitchen because it's still raining outside, so not as beautiful a backdrop as you're used to, but needs must. I need to get some videos up, and apparently it's going to be raining for a few days yet, so I tend to do 2 or 3 of these together, so I hope you don't mind being inside again. We've been talking about retirement options, talked about lifetime annuities last time. We're going to carry on now and talk about something called fixed term annuities, which is just one of your other options available to you. Now, before we do, as ever, I must thank my good friends down here in the bottom right. That's 7 Investment Management. They sponsor Meaningful Money, enable me to keep going, keep the website up and running, things like that. I'm incredibly grateful to them for doing so. So thank you very much, chaps. Now, what is a fixed term annuity and how does it work? Well, it's very, very similar to lifetime annuities that we talked about last time, except that the clue's in the name. Instead of the income being paid for your lifetime, it's paid for a fixed term. Excuse me. So, it's almost like they thought that name through, isn't it? So you will be paid a guaranteed income, but for a fixed period of time, at which point that income will end. But they also give you a guaranteed future value, which is a sort of an amount of money at the end of the term. It's not so that you can do whatever you want with that money and have it blow it on a cruise or something, but that money then has to be used to buy yourself another retirement income from that point onwards. Other than that, though, you have all the same options as are available to you under a lifetime annuity. So, level versus indexed. Do you have a pension which stays the same or goes up every year? Do you provide for a spouse? Those options are available to you on a fixed term annuity, just as they are on a lifetime annuity. And the purpose of them is really designed to give you a second chance. So to, rather than making a decision now, which will have to be right for the rest of your life, it gives you a chance to make a decision for the first half of your retirement and then make another decision at that point, depending on circumstances then. I'll flesh that out a bit as we go on, but we're going to go into pros and cons as we do. So I'll scooch over again, bring some graphic in. Pros first, okay? You get access to your tax-free cash just as you do under a lifetime annuity. So a quarter of your fund can be paid out to you into your bank account for you to do whatever you want with. Secondly, the income is guaranteed for that fixed term. Okay, once you've decided what it is, it's set, it's guaranteed. But there is some flexibility should your circumstances change in the future. So, for example, at age 65, the odds are you'll be in peak physical condition, perfect health. But by age 75, 3/4 of us will have some condition which will qualify us for an enhanced income annuity, an impaired life annuity, where you get more money. So rather than make a decision at age 65 when you're in good health and will get relatively lower annuity rates, why not make a decision for a short period of time and then have another choice when you may qualify for an enhanced rate? So that's a useful tool, really useful tool to be able to have that second bite of the cherry. So that's definitely a pro of fixed term annuities. Excuse me. And that final future value that they'll give you at the end is guaranteed. So, that's a pro as well. It's fixed, set in stone, part of the contract, and so that's not going anywhere. Cons, though, what are the downsides? Well, one of the biggest downsides is that you may, annuity rates, which is the amount of income you get per £1,000 of fund that you have, that might actually go down between taking out the fixed term annuity and getting to the end of it. So annuity rates may worsen. So you may end up having a reduction in your income at the end of the fixed term. During the term, it's inflexible, so that's a con, arguably. Once you've made your choices, you can't change it within the period. If you choose a level annuity, again, inflation will erode the real term sort of spending power of that, so that's worth bearing in mind. And again, if you die early, these are bad value for money. Most annuities are. Bear in mind, though, that you can build in some value protection and things like that. So I talked to your advisor about that. So those are the pros and cons. So who might opt for one of these? I talked last time about lifetime annuities being for the risk averse, people who hate risk and don't want to take any of it. That's kind of true here, but maybe those who are risk averse, but a bit less so, because they're happy to accept that annuity rates might go down in the meantime, and so their income may reduce a little bit. So this might be an option if this is not a big part of your retirement income. Maybe it's just one part. Maybe you've got a company pension, which is the bulk of your pension. You've got the state pension, of course. Maybe this is a relatively small part of your retirement income, so you might be prepared to accept that risk with this bit. But it's really for those whose circumstances might change, which is all of us, of course. All of our circumstances might change. But if perhaps you have an idea that your circumstances might change, maybe your spouse is poorly, not very well, it might come to nothing, it might be a serious illness, something like that. Those whose circumstances might change might suit a fixed term annuity. Similar to last time, if you've got a small pot and that's it, some of the other options might be sort of prohibitively expensive for you, things like drawdown and things like that. So you might avoid those. So this might be for those with smaller funds. Possibly other income sources coming in the future, or maybe a possible future inheritance, where you want to make choices. You can get a big amount of money now, but there is something big happening in your financial future, which you want to make another choice at that point. So it's for people really who don't want to absolutely nail down their retirement income for the rest of their life, but have another bite of the cherry, if you like, another set of choices a bit later on. So that's fixed term annuities. Next time we're going to talk about investment-backed annuities. All sound very similar. The last line is the same, but they're different in many ways. So thanks for joining me here in my kitchen, and I will see you next time for investment-backed annuities. See you next time.